up, my people? What's up, family and friends? Good afternoon. Yes, and it is Wednesday, September 15th, and I want to thank my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, because with him all things is possible. To everybody out there traveling, moving, coming from wherever you coming from, I hope everybody has arrived to where they were going safe, and if you haven't left yet, please get to where you're going safe. For everybody that's out there, no matter where you're coming from. I hope everybody's feeling blessed and appreciated and thankful and knowing with him all things is possible. Happy Wednesday to everybody. Felt like I haven't talked to you guys. There wasn't no morning chop ups this morning. I was busting the move, so it feels good to be on here talking to y'all. But what's going on with everybody? Happy Wednesday. Finally back on StreamYard. Man, it feels damn good to be back here. For a minute, I have to wait to restore my stream because I didn't really pay to get the whole StreamYard it's a lot, so I'd rather let it restore than to keep paying. It's just too much, but it's all good. We are back. We're gonna have some boxing talk, which is great. We're gonna have my brother Underrated number one grinder. We're gonna have him up here. It is fight week. We got Danny Garcia versus Danny Gonzalez, Queens versus Philly. So tomorrow we will be at Gleason's for the media workout. And then Friday is the press conference and the weigh-in. Saturday, fight night. We're going to get into that. So let's go. So for all my regulars, my newcomers, my supporters, anyone who's just stopping through for the first time, welcome to the No Duck Zone podcast. Let's go. Let's see what we got. Angie, what up, sis? What's popping? Yeah, my New York sister. What's going on? I see you. So this week, it's a tough week. Not only we got boxing returning to the Barclays Center, and I'm going to get to that in a second. Not only that we have that returning to the Barclays Center, but we got my amateurs in this week. Gleason's this Friday night. Shout out to all the amateurs that will be showcasing their talent this Friday. And then we have Saturday, which is already a fight day at the Barclays Center. Just on the other side of the Barclays Center, Sweatbox Boxing Gym, they will have a show too. So Brooklyn is going to be lit this week. And like I always say, if you have never experienced boxing, rather it be amateur or pro, this probably would be a good time to experience it. So if you are not going to be at the Barclays Center this Saturday, you might want to be at Gleason's Friday night to support these amateurs. And you might want to be there Saturday at Sweatbox, to support the youth. Scott, what's going on? Appreciate you. Thank you. I always say Scott because that first name I can't. I don't know. I don't be want to mess it up. So just forgive me. So all right. Anybody that knows the history, before we get into the fight, anybody that knows the history of boxing matches being at the Barclays Center, every year there has been straight boxing at the Barclays Center. Maybe for the last 2 years, it's been a little off. Okay. Okay. Yeah, me. Listen, you just gotta excuse me. I just be, I don't be want to mess people's names up. So for the last probably 2 years at the Barclays Center, it's been kind of, it was a little off. I remember October. Matter of fact, that's crazy. I think it's October 15th. I think the same day today on November 22nd is when we had saw Deontay Wilder and Harabit Lanius. And I believe that was around the time when Devin Haney and I don't know if it was Devin Haney and George Kim, not George Kim, but it was Devin Haney and was it? Maybe it might have been George. I think it was George that he had took on. I think around that time, and that had to be October 20, 20 or 22, and 23. It wasn't really nothing going on at the Barclays Center. All right, appreciate it. All right, there was nothing going on for the year of 2023. Then came 2024. Ryan Garcia versus Devin Haney, and it brought a little bit of life back because we were like, it had been a while since we seen boxing at the Barclays Center. And I really don't like how they treated us New Yorkers, us New York media. I don't like how they treated us for that. That was a bunch of bullshit, if you ask me. Because you had two West Coast guys fighting on the East, which I had no problem with it. But the way we got treated as New York media was nasty and disgusting. But that's another story. So that fight goes by in April 20th of 2024. For the rest of 2024, we had nothing. It was quiet at the Barclays Center as far as boxing. And we're asking ourselves, what's up? Something is up with this. Barclays Center had arrived in New York, I believe, September, October of 2012. I was 29 years old when the Barclays Center had arrived. And we had got spoiled because every time we turned around, there was something going on with boxing involved in the Barclay. Barclay was almost starting to become the new Garden. It was taking over just a little bit. And then for some reason it went wrong. I believe because of a new owner had taken over. But we haven't seen nothing since then. And then we get a little bit of life back. We hear that Danny Garcia is returning to the ring. A farewell to Brooklyn, being that this would be his last one in Brooklyn, or maybe his last one, period. And we find out it's a Queens native right here in New York, Danny Gonzalez, out of Universal Gym in Queens. And a lot of people didn't want to make a big deal out of it because they go, we don't want to see him. Tay, I see you. What's good, my Long Island sister? We don't want to see Danny Garcia come back. And who the hell is Danny Gonzalez? We don't care about neither one of them. And I go, y'all are missing the point. Because had this year would have ended with no fights at the Barclays Center, it would have been another horrible year for boxing in New York. Now, I will take credit and say that, yeah, what we did with the Matchroom, what they did was great. Turkey Ali Sheik, yeah, okay. You know, the whole Queens and what he did in Times Square, that's cool. But we talking about getting back. And don't get me wrong, New York is the mecca of boxing. But Barclays Center is the heart of boxing. And that's not to take anything away from Madison Square Garden. But for all my New Yorkers or people who've been to the Barclay, if you know, you know. So finally, when I hear this great news, thinking that maybe Danny would come back and fight in Philly or Atlantic City, I wouldn't be mad at him. And I said, okay, fine. But he picks the Barclays Center to come back to. And I say, thank God, bringing some life back to the Barclays Center. His opponent, Danny Gonzalez, I'm familiar with him. Got to meet him. Got to rap with a lot of his coaches. Know a couple of his people. And to see him get this opportunity, It's great. I know a lot of people feel the way they feel about it. What is this fight supposed to do for Danny? What does it do for any one of them? If Danny gets knocked out or he gets stopped like he did in his last fight against Laura, what position does that put him in? Well, I'm not thinking about none of that. I don't care about none of that. Y'all worry about that. I don't really give a, I can care less about that. I'm glad to see something back at the Barclay. And if you don't have your tickets for this, you might want to get your tickets for this. I'm just saying, ladies, if you just happen to be sitting around and it ain't nothing to do this week, I don't know. You might want to grab up a couple of your girlfriends and go, hey, what y'all doing this week? I'm going to go get my nails done, my feet done, hair done, and I might just want to skip my ass on down to the Barclays Center to see a good fight. My girl Tay Tay, what'd she say? Damn, Tay Tay, that's gotta be the longest I've seen you comment. Like it though. I had the pleasure of seeing Danny Swift Garcia twice at the Barclays Center to Zab Judah. Oh, you got to see Zab Judah and Eric Morales. Yeah. My okay, my two with Danny was when he fought Paulie Malignaggi, which was August 1st of 2016. And then I came back 2 years later to see him fight Sean Porter, which was September 8th, 2018. And that's actually the first time I took my wife to a fight. Ain't that something? The first fight I'm taking her to is Sean Porter versus Danny Garcia. So this for here will be my third time. And what makes this special, ladies and gentlemen, it's not just about it being at the Barclays Center. Okay? I'm going to tell you what makes it special. If this is Danny Garcia's last one, which we thought the last one was the last one, then this is more than just a fight. Because I remember when Miguel Cotto retired, December of 2017, and before he retired, Tiff enjoyed it. She did enjoy it. She enjoyed it. She was tired because them fights end late. And we caught the train home. And at that time, we talking about there was no Doug Zone. There was no McLean's promotion. All it was at that time was just Clarence. I wasn't a content creator. I didn't have any of that. It was just me. So yeah, she enjoyed it. So the last time I got to see Cotto was his last fight at the Garden. And when he fought Saddam Ali and Saddam Ali beat him and he retired. So it was a pleasure. I had seen Miguel at least 2 times before that. I've seen Miguel when he fought Zab. And I saw him after he lost to the guy who cheated with him, Margarito, when he cheated and he made a comeback fight. So I've seen Cotto at least 3 times in my life. So to see Danny Garcia for a third time, and this might be the third and final, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with it. It's all about memories for me. See, for a lot of y'all so focused on who's fighting who, what belt is up on the line. I mean, that's cool. But for me, these are memories that I get to hold on to that one day I would love to show my grandkids. What's going on, Sifu? I would love to show my grandkids this. Pictures, t-shirts, boxing gloves. It's the little things that I like to keep just to be able to say, hey, this is where I was that day. So give me 1 second, y'all. Just give me 1 second. Don't go anywhere. Sorry, y'all. Sorry. Had to. So yeah. So this guy, Danny Gonzalez, he's coming in this week with a record of 22-4 and 7 knockouts, which is not bad. Not bad. You got Danny, who was 34-7 with 21 knockouts. So it's not bad, right? Okay. Underrated. Hello?
Good, homie. What's good?
So he said, I think he's gonna get stopped. Oh, I mean, hey, anything's possible, but their records is not bad. It's a 10-rounder junior middleweight title. So yeah, 10-rounder. So it'll be 10 rounds. And of course, to remind y'all, this will be Danny Garcia's farewell to Brooklyn. So I want to go back for a second, y'all.
All right.
I believe Danny Garcia has performed at the Barclays. I'm not been mistaken. 9 times. If I'm not mistaken, this would be his 10th consecutive time. If I'm not getting that wrong. Um, I mean, Jesus, when you think about that, underrated, that man has performed at the Barclays Center ever since it opened. That is
Yes.
crazy.
And it goes to show that he's committed, right? To
Yeah,
Barclays and the community.
yeah,
He gets loved there. He loved the love there.
yeah,
And I wish more boxers would follow that footprint. Cause I mean, because he been consistent.
yeah. He has. This is his 10th time. Yes, Angie, it's his 10th time. So I remember him saying that. I didn't want to get it messed up. So 10 consecutive times is crazy. You got to understand, we're not talking about, him coming to the Barclay 2 years ago and then he did it 10 times in 2 years. We're talking about from the time the Barclay opened. It's crazy. When he was much younger. We talking about when he was still in his 20s. So to see that, and people look past that, right? Because we look past it because all we looking at is, well, not we, but all the doubters and the people who are not really boxing fans are looking at it like, but it don't matter. Look who he lost to in his last fight. Okay, Laura's not bad. And Danny wasn't all there with it. So I don't understand why we feeding off what we saw in his last fight. He never said I was making a comeback necessarily to see what's out there. We don't know what he's gonna do after this Saturday. But I'm glad to see the brother back. But let's go into the history of all the people that he has fought at the Barclays Center. I can't remember everybody, but I know Eric Morales, Jab Judah, Keith Thurman, Sean Porter, what was the dude with the red hair? Because I believe that fight was at the Barclay. Red Cash, whatever the dude name is, I forgot. He's one of them dudes that's not from here. But it's been so many that he's took on. The fight with Laura, to be honest with you, that was supposed to have been at the Barclays, I think about 2 years ago, and something happened. It was set, if I'm not mistaken, it was set for August 5th. And for some reason, it never happened at the Barclays. It ended up happening somewhere else, but it's okay. But if you think about this list that I gave y'all of all everybody that he's been in there with, what's going on, beautiful? Oh man, I can't venture up. Oh man. Okay, beautiful. You know what? When I go on my other YouTube, because I don't have another phone where I can give you a wrench. I'm gonna catch you. I'm gonna catch you and give you and wrench you up. Oh well, yeah, well, hey, listen, I ain't gonna lie to you, seafood. That's why I'm gonna keep it real. That's why I use my benefit card before I get there. That's why my black ass eat before I go in there, cause I'm not gonna do it. If I want me a sip of a little alcohol, I'll try to get just as nice as I can before I go in there.
Because
Yeah,
the price is outrageous.
yeah, beautiful. I got you on the yeah, I got you because I'm gonna have to if I had my other phone I could rent you up, but I got you. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Well, when you go to these venues, um, like a Barclay or you're in the Garden, um, yeah, it's a lot. That's why when you're going to these type of events, no disrespect, you don't have no time to be carrying broke ass people with you. It's okay to look out for somebody, but if you got two broke friends, you might want to leave their broke asses at home. I'm just saying, your credit card would get maxed out because old girl she want pizza, she want pretzels, she want a beer, she might want some Henny. I'm trying to tell you, I remember when I was getting Henny from there, it was like 13 and some change. That was then. I'm sure they went up much higher on the price.
Man,
But
look.
but I'm not a drinker like that. So I'm gonna keep it real. I don't maybe a little, just something to get me a little. I can't do it anyway because I'm gonna be working the fight, far as with the media. So
Yeah, you get you a little cooler, like water cooler,
you got to stay focused because I'm telling you, you don't like when I'm watching boxing. If I'm gonna drink, I'd rather be at home. But if I'm conducting business, it's different from when you have a ticket and you're sitting as a spectator.
Yeah.
When you are media, you have to conduct yourself because you don't know who you meet in that building that might be watching you or not just watching you to tell on you, but somebody that might been watching you and they might finally got the opportunity to meet you and want to shake hands with you. And me, I'm all about opportunities. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I'm all about building, and if somebody likes what I do and I can do something, yeah, we let's make it happen. But I look at all Danny Garcia's accomplishments.
Hmm.
Um, and still one of my favorite fighters. Well, Danny's not as good as he used to be because he got 4 losses. Everybody's getting losses now. What are we talking about? Wait, what did Angie say? She said, if I smoke some, I'm over all the your head. Oh man.
That's funny.
I tell you what though, nobody smokes like the Barclays Center.
Yeah, lying but that.
Jesus Christ. Like they smoke in the Garden, but then the Barclays Center? Yo, Brooklyn, y'all gotta calm down. I'm gonna need Brooklyn to calm down. Brooklyn gotta calm down. Me, and wifey went to the reggae shit they did earlier this year. Shit, you talking about high? Man, they was higher than Redman and Method Man at the Source Awards. That's how I was doing the Bud versus. Oh, you was. Oh, Angie deep in the boxing. She said Bud versus Crawford. Okay, Angie, you deep into it. All right. Yeah. The heck out of. Yeah, they're gonna be. It's gonna be some smoke in the air Saturday night. There's definitely and this is like I said, this is the first in about a year and a couple months since we've had at the Barclays. So this is if y'all not getting y'all tickets, if y'all hating on this, I mean you choose to go to what you want to go to. But if you're putting this fight all the way down, I don't understand y'all because this could lead to something great. First of all, shout out to Swift Promotions too. That's how I was doing Bud versus Canelo. Oh yeah, Bud versus Canelo. Yeah, I was nervous for Bud versus Canelo because I didn't know what the hell was gonna happen. But hey,
Yeah.
Bud brought us home. Shout out to Bud. He brought us home. Um, yeah. So like I said, looking at Danny's career, hey man, he did everything he was supposed to do in boxing. He did everything he was supposed to do.
I mean, I think.
Um, I'm satisfied with his career, and I'm not speaking as a fanboy. We just went through his resume. Oh, excuse me, I forgot. Well, I only spoke about who he fought at the Barclay, but if we look at his whole resume, you got Earl Spence on there. Okay, he lost to him. So what? Lamar Peterson.
Have to go.
Not Lamar Roach, y'all. There's a Lamar Peterson, who's also from that he's from that DMV area too.
In that fight, and you look at that fight, hey.
So the people that he have been in there with, I mean, come on now. We can't disrespect his resume.
And I'll go one thing better. I'm looking,
Yeah.
I mean, people that he fought, these are not cakewalks. I'll put him in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, just about everybody. Yeah, yeah. I mean, Thurman, no matter what you feel about him,
right?
People say he's not going to the Hall of Fame. Stop it. Y'all always trying to assume who was going to the Hall of Fame or not. Like y'all control who goes to the Hall of Fame. You don't. You don't. Sean Porter's gonna go.
Yeah.
That's a fact. Who else? Laura's gonna be in there one day. Laura's just not as active as he is because nobody's challenging him. But now Laura has a challenge coming up at 60 against Janovic. That's gonna be great. Can't wait to see that one. But like I said, going back to 2012, 2013, watching Danny, and mind you, his career goes back way before that. I think Danny's career goes back to 2008 when he was with Golden Boy. You know, he ended up being from Golden Boy to Al Heyman. And it would seem like it worked out better for him because he got to make a lot of money being with PBC. Even he made a busload of money. He took his money and invested into his neighborhood, barbershops, clothing line. He has a gym. I mean, what more can you ask for? You know what I like about him the most, though, underrated? His pops, man. I love Angel, man. Angel's a good dude.
Yeah.
Angie, yeah, he probably will. I wouldn't say he wouldn't. I don't know. Some people will say that guys are not going to be in the Hall of Fame because they dislike them for their personal reasons. But they don't be reasons, they be excuses. Remember, I said that yesterday. Rather if I like a guy or not, if he deserves to be in the Hall of Fame, he deserves to be there. I can't go off how I feel about somebody. I have to go off by what I see them doing boxing. So if I just tell you that a guy did everything he's supposed to do in boxing, but I still feel like he's not a Hall of Famer, that's crazy. Then I got something personal against him, or I just don't like him. But I can't discredit a guy who or a woman who does what they're supposed to do in the sport of boxing, but then sit around and tell them that they don't deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. That's crazy work.
I mean, I don't care for Lomachenko. Now, you think people ask if he belongs to the Hall of Fame? Hell yeah, he do.
And I'm not a big
Yes, he
Hall.
do.
I'm not a big. I'm not
Yes,
a
he
big
do.
Lomo. I'm not a big Lomo fan, but I'm not gonna lie. He did his thing.
There you go. The
He did
record
his
speaks
thing.
for itself. Take
I
the
can't sit here
feelings
and be
out.
like, I never liked Lomachenko. I was never a big fan, but I'm not gonna lie. I ain't gonna sit here and say I ain't never watched him. Hell yeah, I watched him. I'll watch him again if he would come back. They would talk about something about him and Pacquiao that I read about, but I was like, I don't know. But you know, it is what it is. But like I said, from where Danny started and then crossing over to the PBC, and then every time you looked up, Danny was in the ring. I mean, just a level of competition that he's being up against. A lot of, he's left us with so much to talk about. But being this being his 10th consecutive appearance at the Barclay is bananas.
Yeah.
Who beats that?
I don't know. But see, I have to say this, right? Why I became a big fan, right, of Danny Garcia, right?
Yeah.
He ain't dunked nobody. He always into heel. You took all comers. And when he
Yeah.
made his debut in 2012, and I'm saying he kept on coming and coming. You know, you got. I mean, I wish boxers would take a page from Danny Swift Garcia. That means when he come back that many times, right? That means he loves he loved the community that he would come into. At the Barclays Center, they show him love. And he enjoyed the love. And we don't see that as much as we used to. And so what I hope is that there are some people talking about this guy, his farewell and stuff. But if it is, and I'm saying, come on, that should be that'd be the 10th or 11th.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a hell to go out.
Well, when people, and this is what people don't understand. It's not just the venue who is satisfied with you, because the venue got to make their money too.
Mm-hmm.
And if the venue feel like they ain't making no money, they're not going to be interested, right? Because the fans are the reason why the fight does well, why the venue makes money, because the fans are paying for what comes to the venue. So when you start looking at ticket sales, it doesn't matter if a guy is a main event or if he's the first fight or if he's the co-main event. That counts for something.
Right.
If you can't put asses in seats, you are not worth shit. I've never seen Danny so far in a small venue. Maybe in the beginning of his career, but from the time I've watched him, it's been big venues, big arenas. Hell, when he fought Earl, he fought her in the. Where did he fight Earl? Come on now. You know how many guys have not got to a point to fight in Jerry's World? They haven't even came close to that. Some of your favorite fighters that y'all praise so much out here haven't even got to Jerry's World to fight. Those type of places are important. But I always take my hat off to Danny and what he has accomplished. And like I said, once again, shout out to Swift Promotions, who I want to tell them thank you, because they just gave me my second opportunity to be able to be great at what I do. A lot of these promotional companies are not doing that. Jeff Spark, what's up? They're not doing that. This is my second opportunity with them this year. The first opportunity was back June 7th. And that's another thing why I support Underrated, because I like people who give you opportunities.
Yeah.
I don't like the promotional companies where they just look at your channels, and if you don't have a certain amount of subscribers, they don't want to give you a shot.
Right.
You got to be, you have to have an interview with certain people for them to say, yes, come along. I like the ones who give you a shot. And this is the reason why I feel like I'm going to stay loyal to Swift Promotions. And I don't even work for them, but I'm going to stay loyal because I'm like, okay, I'm getting an opportunity. I was never getting opportunities like that for credentials to go 2 fights. This year, I think since I've been doing this, I probably got maybe 3 opportunities in my life to do that, which is great. This would technically be the 4th. So that's a beautiful thing, man. It just shows you how far I've come from. But Danny's always been one of my favorites. He's always been. And but back to Danny Gonzalez, who's hungry, who's looking for this opportunity to get a name on his resume, right? What better name to have on your resume than Danny Garcia?
Yep.
Oh man, but Danny's old now. What is he? Damn near 40, and he lost 4 fights. That's your favorite go-to. That is your favorite go-to. You want to start talking about how many times somebody lost. You want to talk about how somebody's old in age. You want to talk about how their legs don't work the way it used to. Man, y'all be paying attention to the wrong shit. The wrong shit. So, hold on. Hold on, y'all. All right, never mind. So, it's the wrong thing that people pay attention to that kind of takes away from the sport of boxing. So I don't really worry about um how old the guy is when the last time I don't pay attention to any of that shit. I don't care about that. This is what they don't. This is underrated. This is what they don't understand in these boxing conversations. This is why we try to educate people. Who she got a package, right? That was her that rung the bell. Yeah, I heard her. She had been gone for a while, right? Okay, well, as long as she got her package. All right. So they don't understand that. But this is why we're here to educate. This is why we're here to educate and learn. But hey, which one of the real Dannys are going to be the last one standing? Will it be Danny Garcia or will it be Danny Gonzalez? Because he is a hungry fighter, and we're anxious to see what Danny Garcia is going to look like. Oh, come on, people. Y'all can't be some party poopers. Get your tickets this week. Come on down to the Barclays and get your tickets, man. Come on, man. Come on. If y'all ain't doing nothing and y'all just sitting at home and you ain't planning on going to the bar or a lounge, you ain't going to a bridal shop or whatever, man, go ahead and just say, you know what, for old time's sake, I haven't did it in a while or I never did it before. Let me go down there and see some boxing this week. And that card is not just them. I mean, we got Chris Colbert, another Brooklyn native. You got Richard Comey. You got Gabe Rosado, another Philly brother. I mean, come on, man. We could sit here all day. We can sit here all day. We have some guys making a pro debut. It's a nice card. I've never seen Gabe Rosado fight. Now people go, why is Chris Colbert on there? Why should he be on there? I mean, we seen what happened to him. At the end of the day, he has that relationship with Danny Garcia. Everybody deserves a second chance. Sometime even a third chance, whether we like them or not. Because let me tell you something. That money that you get don't last forever. And at some point, the money start looking funny. And if you haven't invested and did anything with it, you're going to go back to what you know. All I know is how to punch people in the face. So that's how I'm going to make my money. So shout outs to everybody who's on the card. I wanted to see some ladies, but it's okay. You know what I mean? Hopefully next time. But to see Richard Comey on there, Chris Colbert, Gabe Rosado, it's so many. Oh, Keith Cologne. Huh? Y'all don't know about Keith Cologne? Follow him on Instagram and Facebook. Keith Cologne. Mr. Tsunami. Hey, ask Thomas about him. Ask Thomas about him. Keith Cologne, hell of a fighter. I had the honor and pleasure of interviewing him, which I'm so mad because I interviewed him on Facebook and my video got dismantled. I don't even have that video, but I interviewed Keith Cologne 3 years ago in 2022, before he even turned pro. So that's where I met him back at that time in 2022. And look at where he's at today. I would come to the Barclays with my Tsunami, but it ain't nice enough outside for that. In the Barclays Center, it get cold. So I will be coming prepared. So if y'all just happen to be at the Barclay and see a guy with a big ass duck on his sweater, just know that's me. I might bring my new cape that my wife bought me. She bought me a, you know, she bought me a cape. So I don't know. You might see me. But so it's a dope card. It's a dope card. Thomas, did you get the credentials or you buying a ticket? You got your credentials because you should have had your credentials, Thomas. Don't tell me you bought a ticket. Don't tell me you bought a ticket, Thomas. Not that I got a beef with that. Tell me you put in for your credentials. Because I'm going to be mad with you, Thomas. And then you will no longer be my Bronx brother. I bought a ticket usual. I was declined. You were declined from credentials? Man, shut your mother effing mouth, Thomas. You serious, Thomas?
That's crazy.
You must have told
That's
them that you
crazy.
must have told them that you was Italian instead of Puerto Rican. Is that what you did? He said Key Father is trying to get me credentials for Saturday, but as now I was declined. I don't know why that happened. Did you? Not that it mattered. Did you do it when I did it? Like when I sent you it? I don't know. What was it about it that they declined you? That's crazy. You know what? I don't know. That yeah. But you know what? That's nothing to get discouraged about. That's nothing to get discouraged about. Maybe they was at their limit already. Uh this is only Danny Garcia's third promotional show. I'm gonna let y'all know right now. It's not like Danny has been doing this for years. This is his third promotional show, and this is his first show that he's fighting on. Yeah, Zariga Avenue, Cortland Avenue, BX. Yeah, you know what I mean? We gotta let them know that, Jeff Spark, because you know when we got Brooklyn guys on the live, we gotta be careful because you know they different. You know, underrated. Angie, you know what I mean? Because you know Angie from the she got the BK in her too, so we got to be careful with her. I look at Angie, boy, I see BK all in her. Gotta be careful when you're talking to BK people. You know they quick to snap. Nah, but damn, Thomas, that's crazy. But it's all right. It happens. Um, it happens. Vay, what's going on? What's going on? Um, well, you know what, Thomas? His next one that'll come up, it'll probably be in Philly or maybe it's in Jersey. Go ahead and put in for that one. Okay, Vay, definitely. Safe travels to work. And even when you at work, protect your space, your peace, and your surroundings, even at work. So yeah, but yeah, Thomas, don't worry about it. It'll be other times. But make sure you holler at me before we get in that building. Now, Thomas, you can make it to the media workout tomorrow. I don't think that'll be a big beef. And the press conference in the weigh-in. Yo, you underrated. You know what's so crazy? Y'all know what's so crazy, y'all? I'm gonna tell y'all what's so crazy. And I don't know if this makes sense to y'all, but when they be giving out credentials, right? And if you don't get them, right? Somebody used to say to me, "Why don't you come to the weigh-in or the press conference? It's free, right?"
Mm-hmm.
You know what my response used to be?
Yeah.
If I'm gonna be a fan, I'm gonna be a fan at home because it don't feel right watching your people right there at the press conference, right there at the weigh-in, and you have a right just to be up there just as much as everybody else. Yeah, you gotta turn the TV down, underrated. So yeah, so it would be for me. I go, look, man, I'm going home, or I'm not going because my thing is if I'm gonna be a fan, I'll be one from at home. I work too damn hard to just be sitting in the crowd with the rest of the people who probably can't even relate to what I'm talking about when I talk it. So yeah, but hey, it's all good. A lot of these new promotional companies, make sure y'all get to know who they are, because those are the ones that's going to give you opportunities. So just make sure you do that. Make sure your content is looking the way it's supposed to look. Um, and a lot of times you're going to get a yes. A lot of times you're going to get a no. But if you're getting more no's than you're getting yeses, that's when I give up, because I'm not gonna keep doing that. You know what I mean? I could take my content and move somewhere else to a promotional company who's going to appreciate it. So shout outs to Anthony Lever from Matchbout for giving me my first opportunity uh with them to even work a fight. Shout outs to Primetime Promotions when I went to see Keith Cologne last year on October 12th. Shout out to Primetime Promotion for giving me an opportunity. And Swift Promotions became the third promotional company that gave me the opportunity to be able to do what I do. And here it is, I'm getting another one. So shout outs to y'all. You just gotta remember, you gotta grind. If you're getting more no's than yes, then it's cool. Move on. Um, don't get caught begging nobody for nothing. Don't you beg anybody for an opportunity. Um, don't hold no grudges with anybody because they wasn't giving you an opportunity. There was a promotional company right now that every time I applied, they kept turning me down, but without giving me a valid reason of why. But it was okay. I was just glad that I knew. I was glad that they knew who I was. That's why I was glad. Oh, y'all know who I am. Beautiful. Well, get to know me because I'm not going anywhere. But being ignorant and just being blitz about it is not gonna um, get us to where we need to be. So we got to just keep it pushing. Um, a lot of us, like I said, have been doing these for a while now, for some time. So none of us are newcomers, even though we are still learning on the job. None of us is newcomers to this. Day in and day out, we put in work. Rather if it's going to a gym or a press conference or a media workout, whatever it is. Tomorrow, Thursday, excuse me, tomorrow, Friday, and Saturday, it's going to be pure chaos. To get a weigh-in and a press conference in the same day, I've never been to that. I've been to where you go to this press conference and the next day is the weigh-in. But to have a press conference and then the weigh-in,
Yeah.
bananas, bananas. These these are the little things that I'm talking about underrated that people don't pay attention to. I
Yeah.
look at it
Once.
different. Like I get to be a part of a lot of shit that I never thought I would be a part of. Y'all looking at it on the outside, you people that's not applying for fights, that don't have channels, or even if you do have channels and you're not going to these, y'all don't understand. It's different. Y'all sit there and say, I don't see what's the big deal because you don't have no vision. That's why you don't have no vision. In life, you got to have some vision. You got to see yourself being great, even if it's being around people who might not see you being great, because everybody's not going to applaud on what you're doing. They're not going to congratulations. They're not going to do that all the time. So you have to be your biggest supporter. Sometimes you have to be your biggest fan. Sometimes you're going to have to be your biggest
Yeah.
critic, but you're going to have to believe, because if you don't, you're doing it for nothing. Go ahead, underrated.
No, I'm saying I agree with you.
Yeah.
Um, it's gonna be like a if this gonna be his last fight, Swift, it's gonna be like bittersweet because that's one of my favorite fighters. And I mean, to me, what a great time to retire. If you think about retired from the Barclays, and I will see him, if I will see him, I said thank you so much. You give us great fights, and also thank you. They made Barclays your second home, and
Yeah.
I really appreciate that. You know, for me, for born and raised in Brooklyn, New York, see the Barclays said, you know, came up. When the time I was talking about, it wasn't that many boxers. It wasn't that many fighters did not want to fight the Barclays. They didn't want to do that. And Garcia embraced it and fought like 10 times. And I appreciate, I appreciate, you know, to really put Barclays in the map for
Yeah,
boxing. We had, you know, we have to acknowledge that. And so for me, from Brooklyn, I really appreciated that. You
yeah.
know,
10
and
consecutive
the
times.
whole shout out to the whole New York too and Boston world. You know,
Yeah, yeah. Shout out.
but everybody was thinking about Madison Square Garden, the Mecca. We get that, the Mecca, right, we get it.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
but Danny said, nah, I like Barclays. I want to still fight Barclays, and I appreciate it. He embraced, you know, the boxing world, Brooklyn, and in New York, you know, the whole New York and everything. Let other fighters know throughout the boxing community. Yeah, Barclays, man. Hey, and
yeah,
I appreciate that.
yeah. 10 consecutive times is super amazing. I'm grateful. Uh, like I said, underrated. I have a right to feel how I feel because a lot of people don't know what it feels like to feel something that makes them feel good. And what I mean by that is a lot of y'all ain't been a part of nothing great because if you did, you would know how to carry yourself.
So,
You know what I mean? And it's crazy for me. I'm not saying, oh, Danny's about to have the fight of the year. We don't know what the hell can happen this Saturday, and I don't too much care what happens because I'm not in here saying I'm Team Garcia, I'm Team Gonzalez. That man from my city, he's from one of my favorite boroughs, Queens. I'm not tripping. I'm going in there this week to have fun. Fun. That's what I'm going for. To get my content, to build, to chop it up with people, and to have fun. And the rest is history. I'm not going to do nothing else, underrated. Nothing else. Going to just have me some fun, point blank, period. That's simple. Nothing else. And that's pretty much it, man. Um, Once again, thank you, Swift Promotions, for coming on to BK one more time.
yeah.
So this is how I look at it. Forget how everybody else look at it. I'm looking at it like this. I get to end 2025 seeing one of my favorites. One of my favorites. And one of my second favorite venues, because Madison Square Garden would always be first venue for me. One of my second favorite venues in New York. So now when it gets to December and I go, yeah, listen, 2 months ago I just saw Danny Garcia have his last fight. Kind of reminds me of the last time I saw Miguel Cotto when he fought Saddam Ali in December of 2017. These are magical moments. I don't know what the rest of y'all paying attention to, and I don't care. Because a lot of y'all don't go nowhere, and you're not really in this boxing. You're just a bunch of bandwagon fans. And that's cool for you. But for some of us, it's the moments. It's the moments that catches us because we're able to go back and say, this is what we did on this day. On our 30 years from now, right? We get to say, well, back in October 18th of 2025, this is where I was. This is what I did. That whole fight week, this is what I did. I got to go to the media workout Thursday. I got to go to the press conference and weigh in on Friday. Saturday is fight night. Saturday's fight night. Sunday, I'm waking up feeling good. Like, hey man, I want to talk about that fight because I don't think there's much going on for boxing this week. I'm not mistaken. It might be. Usually, it's always Eddie Hearn and them might be getting something going this week. But right now, I'm focusing on this. So you know that next day on the 19th, I'm gonna be up talking about this. I forgot how people can go see it. I think they have to see it through millions.com pay-per-view. It should be up. Um, I think it's an app or something you got to pay for. It's not pay-per-view like pay-per-view. I don't think so. I believe it's an app. I don't want to try to explain it as if I know what I'm talking about, but there is a way you can see it. The information should be put out already. If not, I'm gonna find out when I go tomorrow. Because I got a few people from the promotional company that I need to talk to. I need to exchange numbers and build with a couple people because that's what it's all about at the end of the day, networking and building. You know, people act like nowadays networking is against the law, and it's not. That's the only way you'll be successful in what you're doing is if you're networking. So, yeah, like I said, underrated. This is a farewell, you know, and who knows? It depends on how good he looked. We probably could see him back in action.
Yeah.
It might not necessarily be in New York again. That's why it's a farewell, but we could see him in action. And if we don't, that's cool because sometimes you don't want to have that one fight where you wish you would have sat down.
Yeah.
Because when you look at him and you look at Terrence Crawford and a lot of these guys that's damn near 40, once upon a time, they were the young lions chasing the old lions. Now they're the old lions, and the young lions are going to be coming for them. So, you know, people will be mad that somebody like Bud might retire or Danny retire and say, damn, I never got a chance to put them on my resume. Win or lose, it would have been nice to have them on my resume. There's going to be a lot of people out there that's never going to get an opportunity to put somebody on their resume. Rather the person be retired or the person has no interest in them. It's just something that's going to happen. There's a lot of guys that we felt like other guys should have on their resume, and for some reason, it's not there. Rather, if the guy got a reason or excuse, either way you look at it, the name is not on there. So gotta look gotta look past it and just move on forward from there. Um, yeah, man. I'm happy, and shout out to Danny Gonzalez. Okay, shout out to Universal. Shout out to Universal. Shout out to Queens. It's one thing I can't take away. Shout out to Queens. You know what I mean? I wanted to give both fighters their props. Um, they both got 4 losses apiece. You know what I mean? And like I said, we're not going to look at Danny Gonzalez' record and call him a bum or trash. He's 22-4 with 7
Yeah.
knockouts.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So we're not gonna do that. And hopefully, if he is successful in this Saturday night, if he is successful, it would put him in a position to I guess be in fights that he thought he would never be in. That's how we look at it. Um, but getting Danny Garcia on your resume is great. It'll be great. Um, it changes lives, man. There's always that one fight that could change your life. Even when people are looking at it like, well, do we really count Danny Garcia as a fighter still? Because he's not fighting in a yeah. You get once a fighter, always a fighter. Even if they're not in the ring no more. Once a fighter, always a fighter. The Hangout Spot. My brother Johnny, man, go subscribe to my brother Johnny, the Hangout Spot. Appreciate you, Johnny. So once a fighter, always a fighter. So we got a fight on our hands this Saturday. Shouts to both Dannys. Now, at the end of the night, will the real Danny stand up? I don't know which one it's going to be. You know, Danny out here calling Gonzalez Dookie. I've been listening. I don't know, man. We'll see who shits in their pants Saturday night. I doubt either one of them are shit in their pants. We got two guys that's coming out to fight. It's going to be super amazing. We don't have to break down their style of fighting. We don't have to do any of that. We're going to sit back as fans and we're going to enjoy it. Thomas, man, I tell you what, Thomas, I got a big No Doug Zone book bag. I'm just going to stuff you in the book bag and then you could walk in with me. And then, yeah, from there, we'll go from there. They won't even see you, Thomas. I got a big No Doug Zone duffel bag. Put you in the bag, and then I'll walk in the Barclays Center with you. But don't sneeze, don't fart, don't make no noise. If you're quiet, we can get in there. If you so happen to fart, cough, burp, you're going to mess the whole damn thing up. You're going to get both of us thrown out of there. Nah, shout out to my brother Thomas. I love him, man. Love him, man. BVO's going to be up here this week. Prize fighter. Just talked to my brother Prize Fighter. So shout out to BVO and Prize Fighter who will be in New York. Two brothers I've been waiting to meet, especially BVO. I'm not taking no picture with him because he's not going to have me looking like his prom date. He's a big dude. I'm not trying to look like his prom date. So we won't be taking no pictures, BVO. So don't ask me for it. You know what I'm saying? We're not going to do that. We just going to shake hands and I'm going to say it's an honor and a pleasure to meet you, and then we're going to keep it moving from there. Nah, shout out to my man BBO, man. Go subscribe to him, man. BBO Boxing, man. Yeah, underrated. You got any closing remarks for that you want to let us know about Mr. Danny Garcia and the Barclay? Hey, check this out too, right? Check this out. This is another thing before I let you speak. Barclay Center, stop fronting on boxing. Please stop fronting on boxing. We got a new year coming in 2026. Really, we should be having another fight come before the year end. It should be a fight in December at the Barclay, but I ain't gonna cry over spilled milk. I'm glad if it wasn't for Danny having this fight here, it'd be quiet for the whole damn 2025. And it damn near was quiet, but this one fight changed everything. Brought some type of life back to the Barclay. Do me a favor, Barclay Center. Stop fronting on boxing. And for the promoters out there, let's put something together that we can do something to bring some type of life back to the Barclays Center, man. We can't just dismiss boxing from the Barclays Center like that as if boxing has nothing to do with why Barclays Center is popping in the first place. Let's not do that. No disrespect to the basketball teams. No disrespect to the people who come in and do the concerts and the comedies, but the Barclay wouldn't be what it is if that boxing didn't have something to do with it. So I'm just saying, respectfully, let's stop fronting on boxing. Go ahead, underrated.
If this gonna be Danny to Swift Garcia's last fight, I thank you. I thank you to give us great fights throughout the years. And I want to thank you, Danny Swift Garcia, the rest of the Garcia fan, have embraced Brooklyn for 10 times. To bring us excitement in Brooklyn, New York, where I'm born and raised, and throughout New York too. But you know, I appreciate that. You know, I'm glad that you did that because there are people who need to make money too. You help them give us jobs. You know, because boxing is bigger than that. And thanks for embracing Brooklyn, Danny the Swift Garcia and the rest of the Garcia family. Yeah, and we well respected. And go more, Brother McClain. I'm gonna be harsh. The owner of the Barclay, you should be a damn shame of yourself. That you're gonna discredit boxing. Who the fuck is you? And I'm being honest. Who the fuck is you? wherever the fuck your name is. Wherever the fuck your name is.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
And you know, you don't want this and that. Like listen, basketball my favorite sport. There's no doubt about it. I'm keeping sure that's gonna be my favorite sport, but I'm just saying, New York boxing has a rich history. When you talk about the old Man Square Garden, then the Man Square Garden was built in 1967. And then, you know, we fought in the old halls in Harlem, Brooklyn, all throughout the 5 boroughs. So there, the boxing is had a rich city, rich history, and Brooklyn was a part of it. So how fucking dare you? Yeah. How fucking dare you? And you in front of me, I'll tell you the same thing too.
Yeah.
You have it really important. Then you got people around. Then y'all don't say nothing.
I don't know if you was here. I don't know if you was here.
Put pressure.
Yeah.
Boxing, y'all need, just like Daddy Swift did, y'all need to put pressure that boxing need to be consistent in the Barclays Center.
Yeah.
And that's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, in New York, period. In New York, period, because I said earlier on the show, the last thing we saw before Devin and Ryan Garcia was Robert Helenius versus Deontay Wilder, and that was, I believe, I said October. Take that back. That was November 15th of 2022. The same time Devin Haney and George Kambosos fought, right? So for the whole year of 2023, it was quiet. Then came April of 2024, Devin Haney versus Ryan Garcia. For the rest of 2024, it was quiet. Now here it is, October 18th, this Saturday. Danny Swift Garcia returns to his second home, the Barclays Center. We got Philly versus Queens. Old Lion versus Young Lion. And y'all telling me y'all got a beef with that because you don't want to see it? But y'all going to entertain a damn circus on the 14th of November. Oh, I'm going to keep reminding y'all that.
Right.
Y'all going to entertain that circus, but when I say that's a circus, the first thing y'all tell me, you hating. Y'all hating on seeing Danny come back. You don't want to see Danny come back. We don't want to see him come back. He got 4 losses, but you're going to entertain a circus. But at least we got real boxing going on the 18th.
Can I say that, Brother McClay, on the 14th? Can I say something about that just a little bit?
Go ahead, sir.
Is it an exhibition? Am I right or wrong?
That's what I was told.
Okay. I thought it was me. It's an exhibition, right? But you don't want to support Danny Garcia, Danny Swift Garcia, Danny Gonzalez. That is a fight. That is a boxing match, right?
Yeah.
But y'all want to support an exhibition. Now listen. Listen, I know how to read Lincoln and stuff like that, and I'm just saying. I mean, this is history, y'all. Danny Swift Garcia made history fighting the Barclay 10 straight times. But y'all don't want to support that, but y'all want to support an exhibition that they so call themselves pros.
Like make it make sense. Don't talk to me nothing about when it comes to this boxing. Y'all leave me alone. Please leave me alone. Please leave me alone. I beg you. I beg you, leave me alone. Because I'm telling you.
But Underrated don't know what he's talking about. I forgot. No, Underrated don't know what he's talking about.
No, I don't know what I'm talking about neither, because I only have 7 people in my chat, and I don't have subscribers like that. So who's gonna listen to me?
They don't know what I'm talking about, brother. I'm approaching the underrated boxing talk number 99 next. I don't know. We don't know. We don't know what we talking about. We don't know. We don't know.
It is what it is. Like I said, shout outs to both competitors.
Yeah.
It's going down this week. Danny Garcia, Danny Gonzalez. Where the real Danny stand up. We're gonna find out this Saturday. Now I'm gonna let y'all know tomorrow morning there will not be once again no morning chop ups. I'm sorry, and it's not only like I said my wife's birthday week. I have to get prepared for fight week. I will be at Gleason's boxing gym tomorrow, 2:30. The media workout kicks off. Danny Garcia will be there, from what I read in my email, 4 o'clock. So I will be there for a while. At some point, I would go live, but I'm not. I'm gonna just stick to recording. So you're gonna see me post. Now, will I come home to do a live? No, I won't. I'm gonna step out with my wife tomorrow. We're gonna enjoy ourselves. So it probably won't. So to be honest with y'all, it won't be no lives tomorrow. Now, what I will do is do like I do every morning, put up a YouTube short, always speaking to y'all, letting y'all know I'm connecting with y'all. And far as Friday, there probably will be one Friday, but not Friday afternoon because once again, I'm gonna be at the Barclay for the press conference slash weigh-in. So I'm still gonna keep in contact with y'all. So don't worry, ain't nobody going nowhere. I just got moves I got to bust, so I'm still here with y'all. But y'all already know, come Saturday morning, I'll be back at it. Underrated. I appreciate you, and I love you for coming up here as always, brother. Appreciate you taking the time to rap with me.
Anytime. And also, I'll be going live tonight at 10:05 p.m.
Oh
Eastern
yes,
Time.
yes, yes,
I'm
yes,
doing
yes,
a
yes,
chopper. Yeah, I'm doing a
yes,
chopper
yes.
with brother JD. Just give me a few seconds. I will put my channel in the chat. So 10:05 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll be doing a chopper with brother JD 1975. So I want you to go Joe, go. Huh?
I want to say just real quick, to all the subscribers, you know, y'all have made it so possible for me, and I always tell y'all that. I'm looking at the subscribers, and I told you I never really care about that. I'm just do this for the fun, but how to look at it and see I'm almost close to 800 subscribers, it's crazy. I'm not super close, but I'm closer than what I was earlier this year, or even for the summer. So I want to thank y'all for just pushing, man, and just because of y'all, man, I'm getting the way I need to be. So thank y'all. Appreciate y'all so much for that, man. And let's just keep grinding, man. Like I said, morning chop ups, boxing talk, whatever. I love every single last one of y'all. Thank y'all so much from the bottom of my heart. And me and my wife, Tiffany, we appreciate y'all support because also when you supporting me, you're supporting her because she is a part of the team. She's my business partner in this. So we thank y'all so much and we love y'all, man. Thanks. Just wanted to say that. Cause he's not a true believer. Get up out of here, seafood.
Seafood crazy.
That's what happens when your do-rags are too tight. He said no, because because some people forget that yes, you are in control of your content and what you do, but your subscribers are the ones that's making it possible for you to put the content out. If nobody's subscribing to you or listening to you, your channel's not worth a damn thing. So I have to keep thanking people for that every day because let me tell you, Seafood, this YouTube shit is nasty where today somebody could be subscribed to you and then tomorrow they could be out on you. So I have to thank my subscribers every day because let me tell you, they could be like, man, fuck this channel. We out of here. So I have to keep thanking them every day from Monday to Friday, Saturday and Sunday. And Mr. Seafood, just because your do-rags don't fit appropriate and your chains hang all the way down to your ankles, don't get upset with me, sir. Just saying. And because the top of your head looks like Coney Island Beach, do not get upset with me, sir. I will be at the matter of fact, I will be at the gym to see you Friday, sir. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get up and come to the gym to see you Friday, sir, because we have stuff to talk about. Because I'm not gonna have you picking on me, sir. I don't do anything. I'm just a regular guy on YouTube that you like to keep picking on. We're gonna fix that problem. We're gonna fix that Friday, sir. We definitely will. But now let me get up out of here, y'all. I want to spend the rest of my time with my lady. Love y'all. Hey, Keith who? Oh, Thurman? Oh, well, damn, what did Keith say? Oh, he was like he still didn't know who Jerron, or he still didn't want to credit Jerron on the win. I mean, yo, what can we do, man? Keith is just gonna, I don't know. Listen, I don't know, but we're gonna talk about Keith too. We're gonna talk about it. When we do, I'm gonna bring you up. I'm gonna bring you up underrated, and I'm gonna bring seafood up. We're gonna have a discussion about that. I'm gonna get past this week, and then we'll have a discussion. But I have a big interview next week, next Wednesday. I got a nice female fighter and her coach coming through, straight out of Philly. I've been waiting for these two, and now I finally got them. It's going down next Wednesday, y'all. About 3 o'clock. Tune in. Y'all gonna see because I'm gonna have it up. But y'all know how I am about amateur boxing. I got a dope interview coming. This is gonna be epic because this girl is nasty and her coach is one hell of a coach. And they both are my favorite, and I'm fans of both of them. See, before I be fans of these pro fighters, that's cool and all, but I'm also gonna be a bigger fan of these amateurs because they are our future. So tune in next Wednesday, 3 o'clock. I'll give y'all more info about it later this week when we finish putting everything else together. But I love y'all. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. Remember 3 things, y'all. Protect your space, your peace, and your surroundings. Y'all know what it is. It's the No Duck Zone podcast. Let's go.
Peace.